Welcome back, hockey fans, to the holiday edition, episode 93 of Royally Quacked. How's it going, Cody?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dad?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah. I'm ready for the holidays, as people can see.
Yeah. Well, I'm remote.
You're remote,
I'm not.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're always remote, but I'm remote in Orange County this time.
Yeah.
So I don't have all my stuff. So this is
You
a
have the
borrow.
main stuff.
I borrowed a hat. Looks pretty good on me, I think.
I stole Santa Claus' hat, so
I
I'm
sold
borrowing a hat too.
I stole Papa's hat, or I actually asked to borrow it. I did
Yeah.
actually ask. So
Yeah. All right.
anyways,
Before we get into Ducks and Kings news, I just want to shout out, friends of the podcast, Eddie and Kyle. Eddie does the Locked On LA Kings, and Kyle does the Locked On Anaheim Ducks. Remember, you got to add the Anaheim and LA because there are other sports teams with those names. The Sacramento Kings, Oregon Ducks. They have I always want to help out our fellow, friends of the podcast. They have what they call an everydayer club. You can sign up for it. It's $5 a month. It helps them out and stuff like that. And you get ad-free podcast. I signed up. I actually like it without ads. Because like I said, I have so many podcasts that kind of helps go a little faster when you're listening, so that we can get through more podcasts. And but if you can't sign up for the $5 a month, I completely understand. But just go subscribe to their YouTube, go follow them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast platform you listen to, and leave them a rating and a review, and leave comments and tell them we sent you, and tell them what's up. I just want to help out Eddie and Kyle as much as we can, because they've been so great to us.
They have, and what two great podcasts! Absolutely, yes. We shouldn't be missing them at all.
Yeah,
and if you do, you can do like I do when I do miss them. You binge them.
Yeah.
So I've done that a few times. So anyways, you want to start off with Duck news, Cody?
Yeah, we can go into Duck news. Let's knock that out. So Peter Mrazek, who had the lower body injury, has returned to Ducks practice to share the crease with Lukas Dostal. And as of last night, he was actually in the lineup because he had to play, but more on that later. But also next big news has to do the same thing, is since Mrazek's back and Dostal's back, the Ducks have reassigned Ville Husso to the San Diego Gulls of the AHL, which is, he didn't have to pass through waivers because he was up there on emergency loan. He played less than the 10 games. So that's why he got to go back without passing through waivers. So,
and what a nice thing to have in case of emergency.
Yes.
To have a guy like Husso. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, we got Copley up, which I'm probably spoiling news already. So, but
how dare you?
Anyways, I thought he's played well.
Cody and Gary sitting in a tree. From 223 CP3.
Okay.
That's on YouTube. So just so you know, we are father-son, so let's just get that out of the way.
And both happily married.
And both happily married, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, especially since my 5-year anniversary is literally tomorrow.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, Frankie,
my boys.
Yeah.
What's up, Frankie? I missed you, man.
Yeah. Good.
It's always nice seeing Frankie pop up in the comments.
Absolutely. And if you don't know, the biggest Yankee fan the world knows.
And my son and my grandfather.
Thanks, Frankie.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Anyways,
all right. back to Ducks news.
Well, actually, just a little shout out for Frankie. He's on our network with
Mhm.
a Yankee or not podcast, but he goes live, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's a Yankee podcast show. Yeah,
you know, if
podcast.
you're a big,
We're a podcast. We go live.
you know, if you love the Yankees, you got to check out Frankie. So,
Mhm.
because he always supports us, we want to support him right back, and
He's trying to get us to join the Yankees.
yeah, always doing
Sorry,
that.
the only dark side I'm going to is this one. Okay, just saying.
Oh, we love you, Frankie.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Duck news.
Back to Ducks news. Ross the Boss Johnston sets a new career high in points with 8 points. Ross did this in just 32 games. So it's crazy that his high career points is 7, but he just hit 8 after just 32 games.
Well, he went from the human traffic cone to Ross the Boss.
He did. I tried to been very good.
So
yeah. Sober as a duck on Instagram. I did see that. That's literally in my notes. I have a couple things left, and then I did see that, so I will get to that. Yeah, Frankie says he does the ESN in the afternoon and my personal baseball show, Frankie the Yankee Show, because they have the afternoon show on the ESC, Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, every weekday at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. Pacific or Eastern time. Is that 3 hours? I don't know. My math.
yeah, that's 3 hours.
Okay. All right. And then I'm not trying. It's a done deal on us being Yankee fans.
Just
right.
get a smile from Frankie.
Yeah. Leo Carlson is the fastest player in Anaheim Ducks history to reach 40 points to start the season since Teemu Selanne did in 2006-2007. I wonder why that's such an important year. Makes me like, I'm really has me like, why is that such an important year?
I'm not gonna say it.
But no, like I said, Leo's been fantastic this year. We got more comments. Love you, Cody and Gary. They're from Vicky Dilbeck. And we also got Frankie. Yeah, it is 2 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you. I'm so not used to the whole East time, West Coast time, because I'm just trying to focus on Pacific time because I've been a SoCal boy my whole life. And then Vicky, I love your channel, Cody and Gary. Thank you. We love you.
Yes.
So we got some good news for the last two. We got one good news and one bad news. So we'll start. We'll start with the bad news. This is one that just came in. The one that Sober as a Duck just talked about on Instagram Live. Frank Vetrano has been fined $5,000, the maximum allowable under the current CBA, for his actions against Jason Robertson last night. And I hate to say it, I would say it's a deserved fine. I didn't like what he did. I get why he did it. It was a little too late in the game to do that after a score, and we'll talk about more of that later. But yeah, I would say I can see why he grabbed the visor of Jason Robertson and smushed his face, kind of like his face down on the ice. I can see why he got the fine. I'm not shocked. Let's just put it that way. And then let's end the Ducks news with some happy news. I want to say a huge congratulations to Anaheim's own Steve Carroll for calling his 2000th game for the Anaheim Ducks. He did that on Tuesday when the Ducks played at Columbus Blue Jackets. So congratulations to Steve Carroll. I've been listening to you for years. Let's just put it that way. It's been amazing listening to you. You're part of So many happy memories. Oh, there you go. Now you got your Santa Claus hat.
I'm gonna go sparkly.
You're gonna go sparkling.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do have a sparkling attitude. So personality. There you go.
there we go.
Yeah.
Thank Grandma for that.
Hey, thank you, Grandma. I don't know what's shinier, your head or the hat.
I'm not sure either. Ooh, it's look at that. Ooh, sparkly.
Yeah. But yeah, so I want to say congratulations to Steve Carroll. Like I said, I know he was part of the when Mom had her mops. Is that what it's called? Mops?
Yeah.
Her meetings out, and it was during the Ducks playoff run in 03. And I knew to keep me happy, I had the radio listening to the games. I was listening to him for the Stanley Cup run when we won. The comeback on Catella, even that one game where you and I were driving home from Huntington Beach that one day. Remember that when they were playing the Dallas Stars? You went into AM PM, and I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying in this car. I'm listening to the game, and I'm literally going quack, 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 quack. And I remember when they scored, when I want to say is Devontae Smith-Pelly.
It was Devontae Smith-Pelly. I remember that.
Yeah, he scored the tying goal, and you just looked up, and you just see me going, and you just see the truck shaking because I was so excited.
That's when we had the F-150. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so I wanted to finish on some happy news on that. So congratulations to Steve Carroll on that. And I hope you call many, many more.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. So on to Kings news.
Well, I'm going to talk about the prospects in just a minute. So I'm going to bypass the prospects. And I want to talk. Darcy Kuemper has been placed on IR as of Tuesday, December 16th. Phoenix Copley has been recalled under emergency basis, and Kuemper is required to miss at least 7 days. Hopefully it's not longer than that, because he definitely makes us better. So we need him to come back. The other news is, maybe a turn of what the Kings are going to do. The Kings have sent Phil Danault to the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for a second-round pick, which I do believe is the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think it's the 32nd pick, which is that's a good draft pick. It's probably
a 32nd pick is first round.
What was it? Is it?
Yeah, because there's 32 teams.
Yeah, maybe it's close. It's because they're in last place, I think, in the East.
Columbus is?
I thought that's what they said.
Here, I will give more on that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, going beyond that, we're going to talk about prospects, because we got to have some good news, because it's been a rough season, has it not, Kings fans? Very rough season. I see the Danault is getting rid of some salary. Maybe there's going to be a trade at the trade deadline. Maybe we're going to pick up somebody who can score a goal. But let's go to our prospects, and we're going to start off in the OHL. And Henry Brustevich, he has 10 goals, 8 assists in 26 games for the London Knights. Then Jan Jovan has 7 goals and 10 assists in 29 games for the Sudbury Wolves. Then I think probably the top prospect right now in the Kings, maybe even more than Liam Greentree, Carter George, has a 3.12 goals against average and .899 save percentage through 22 games for the Owen Sound Attack. And unfortunately, Owen Sound isn't a very strong team. So his numbers are based off he's getting hammered with the puck. Then Jimmy Labardi has 20 goals and 16 assists in 31 games for the Flint Firebirds. And he was a draft pick, I think, last season. So he's showing up. Then Jared Woolley has 6 goals and 14 assists in 13 games, also for the London Knights. And he so happens to be Brustevich's partner. Their line are defensive pairs together for the London Knights. Then our other superstar prospect, Liam Greentree. He has 16 goals, 16 assists in 23 games for the Windsor Spitfires. And, he had a really strong season last year, but they had a dynamite team last year. So he had I want to say 140 points or something like that. Or was it 119 points? He had 69 goals last year. But they're not quite as good this year. That doesn't have anything based on his play. It's just the overall play of the team. Now let's go to the WHL. And Will Sharp has 2 goals and 12 assists for the Kelowna Rockets.
Kelowna
Rockets. Then we're going to move to the NCAA. Ryan Conley has 6. It's Conley. It's not Conley.
Oh, the way you have it spelled here.
I spelled it wrong.
Okay.
6 goals, 5 assists in 16 games, playing for Boston College, who is a perennial powerhouse in hockey, NCAA hockey. Christian Epperson has 5 goals and 3 assists for University of Denver, another powerhouse. And then Caden, man, my spelling was terrible this week.
I was like,
Caden Harrington had 1 goal and 4 assists in 15 games for the University of Vermont. And Brendan McMorrow has 2 goals and 5 assists in 17 games, also for the University of Denver. And I think he's got a really good chance of being on the World Junior team. He's that young. Then James Reeder, 4 goals, 19 assists in 19 games for the University of Denver. Also, God, we have a lot of guys on the University of Denver. Then NCAA champion, last year's champion, Hampton Slukinski, has a 2.83 goals against average and a 0.887% save percentage, 1 shutout, 2 assists, and 10 wins in 16 games for Western Michigan. And you had to throw this one in. So it was the last part of King's News.
So I was listening to all the King's men yesterday. And Jesse had Adrian Kempe on as a guest. And normally I wouldn't throw something like this in, but I thought it was pretty clever. And it kind of has to do with something that I kind of dealt with growing up a little bit. So I want you to guess, why does Adrian Kempe wear the number 9?
Since I haven't listened to that episode, so I have not heard it. I'm assuming because he was, one of the little bit taller kids that played hockey.
It has nothing to do with height, weight, or hockey, actually.
I don't know.
So it has to do with a soccer player. So he's a Liverpool fan. So, and I know the soccer player who I'm going to talk about next, because he was also a Chelsea player. And the reason why he chose number 9 is because his favorite player was Fernando Torres. And he wore number 9. So
interesting.
Yeah. So that's why he chose the number 9, is because Fernando Torres was number 9. I thought it was I liked it. So, I mean, he was I wouldn't say a Chelsea legend, but he did play for Chelsea. If he was a Chelsea legend for missing that wide open net against Manchester United years ago, but I don't remember that at all. So, but all right. Was that it for King's News?
That was it for King's News.
Before we get into league news, so someone has been listening to this podcast and hasn't been telling us, because on Mayor's Manor, he confirmed that the Kings and Ducks will play a color rush game on January 16th.
Cool.
So we're gonna see orange versus black at the crypto.com arena on January 16th.
I think they should do it all the time.
I agree. I 100% agree, because I hope they do it the next day, because I think our friends and me, Christina, and a couple friends, we're going to try and go to that January 17th game at the pond. I hope they do it there too.
I would assume they're going to do that.
So, and I feel like I kind of started this in a way, because didn't I not say this before the season started, that teams needed to do this more?
You did.
So I want credit. It's out on social media. I posted the clip. I know it's out there. So, and they, it all started with that Rangers Red Wings game, and then I think, was it last week or the week before, they did the Rangers and Blackhawks game. And I want to see this more. I mean, wouldn't it be so sweet to see Detroit versus Toronto? I mean, you can even do
red and blue.
Yeah, like Tampa Bay versus Florida would be a good one too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, all the California teams, every matchup's going to look fantastic. Orange, black, black, teal, orange, fantastic.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, you can do the Flames versus the Canucks, fantastic. The only, like Minnesota and Dallas, it wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, too much green.
Too much green. So, but I mean, you can do Dallas and Chicago, Dallas, and I mean the Blues. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to clash a little too much with the green and blue.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah.
But I just hope, if Winnipeg does make the playoffs, I hope they choose to wear their whites at home for the whiteout. It's such a great thing that they do that there, but they don't wear white in it. I don't understand that. So I'm happy that this is going to happen. It's going to look amazing on the ice, and the NHL's like, just wear whatever uniforms you want as long as they don't clash. Like, you can't do Ducks versus Flyers, orange versus orange. It wouldn't work, obviously. So, all right, on to actual league news. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I don't care.
All right. As been rumored, the Pittsburgh Penguins are being sold to a Chicago-based investment group led by David Hoffman they were saying between $1.7 and $1.8 billion, and that was per Pierre LeBrun. The team was under ownership of the Fenway Sports Group, who actually owns Liverpool. So, little callback there. And they own the Penguins since late 2021. Fenway Sports Group also owns multiple franchises like Liverpool. I know they own somebody else. I just can't think of it at the top of my head. They bought the Penguins for $900 million in 2021, and they pretty much doubled their investment in less than 5 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, on to the next bit news.
The Canucks have signed forward Max Sasson.
Yeah.
To a 2-year deal worth $1 million AAV.
Yep. The Philadelphia Flyers have announced Tyson Forrester underwent successful arm surgery on Monday and is expected to be out for 5 months.
Wow. So Nick Saban and Joe Agresti have joined the Preds ownership group via Dream Sports Ventures LLC with a minority stake in the franchise.
Nick Saban is a Predator. A Nashville Predator. Okay, let's put it out there. Yeah, I did mess with one of my buddies at work because he's a big football person. And I just texted him, and all I said was, Nick Saban is a Predator. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, he's a Predator. And then he's like, I haven't seen anything. And then I sent him the picture of the Nashville Predators Instagram page and announcing it. So I thought it was a little fun to have. Next bit of news is the Sabres defenseman Connor Timmins has a broken leg and is out 6 to 8 weeks.
And we do have another trade. The Kraken have traded forward Mason Marchment, who they got him from Dallas at the end of last year, right? Before the season.
In the offseason.
Yeah, in the offseason.
Yeah.
They traded him to the Blue Jackets for a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick. The second-round pick is Minnesota's, and the fourth-round pick is the New York Rangers.
I'm kind of like a little shocked about this. I knew Marchment was probably on the trade block. I didn't think Columbus was the team that he was going to go back to, or I mean, going to go to. But so if you guys don't know, there is a thing what they call there's a roster freeze at this point. So no players can be traded, signed, loaned, waived. I believe it's from, I want to say 9 o'clock Eastern, or sorry, it was 9 o'clock Pacific time last night till December 28th. So no move. I mean, deals can be made, but nothing can be finalized until December 28th. So like if GMs want to talk on Christmas Day about, hey, I'll give you this guy for this guy and 2 picks, they can talk, but no trades can be made during those times.
They can't be finalized.
Yes, they have to wait till the roster freeze ends on December 28th.
Okay.
So
on to games.
So by the way, the Phil Danault trade, it is the Columbus Blue Jackets pick, like we said. If the standings ended today, it would be the 40th pick.
Still not bad.
Still not bad. That just means I would say in that range, you're still getting like a fringe first rounder.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say a good deal.
We got to do a shout out here. Papa says you look great in Santa hats. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Papa.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Grandma. Thanks, Grandma.
This one. I have a snapback one.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, this one fits good.
Well, I have a big head, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Even though my hats fit you perfectly, so.
Oh, I don't claim to have a big head.
Yeah, but you say I do.
Okay.
All right. Ready to get into recaps?
Sure.
All right, I'll start.
Okay.
So the Ducks played as we were streaming last week. So the Ducks were playing against the New Jersey Devils in New Jersey, and for a 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time start. So here's the game. The Ducks lose this one 4-1 to the not the Blue Jackets, the New Jersey Devils. The Ducks actually got the first goal, and then they still lost. So Troy Terry got the scoring started with his 10th of the year, Leo Carlson's 23rd assist. So I was on a snapshot. And then I swear, I'm not a betting person, but what I need to start doing is start betting on former Ducks scoring against the Ducks, because I feel like I would start winning some money. Because I swear, every time the Ducks play against Stefan Noesen, he scores. So, and that was his second goal of the year. So we're tied 1-1 after one. And then Paul Cotter scores to make it 2-1 New Jersey at the 5:52 mark. Cody Glass at the 17:07 mark, or sorry, 17:04 mark with his sixth of the year. And it's 3-1 New Jersey. That was after 2 periods. And then we move into the third. And Connor Brown scores an empty net to make it 4-1. So that is it for that. Let me get to the stats. Here we go. Shots on goal, 31-22 in favor of Anaheim. Ducks sucking face-offs, 62.7 to 37.3. Power play, each team was did not score a power play goal. The Ducks were 0 for 3. New Jersey was 0 for 2. Hits, each team had 17. And this was Lukas Dostal's first game back in goal since the injury. He had 18 saves on 21 shots, and Jake Allen had 30 saves on 31 shots.
Wow.
Jake Allen played very well in this game. So I wish there was more from the Ducks in this game, but it just wasn't their day. So I think the early start time really ruined them. That's my excuse.
Okay.
So on to your game.
Did you give the 3 stars or did you
Oh,
care?
the 3 stars. There's gonna be no Ducks on it. Let me scroll down real quick. 3 stars. You had Lamico was the number 2 star, or sorry, 3 star with 2 assists. Stefan Nason was the number 2 star with the 1 goal, and Jake Allen was the number 1 star with the 1 goal against average and a 968 save percentage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to play at home against the Calgary Flames. And it started off pretty decent. Adrian Kempe got his 11th from LaFerriere, his 7th, and Edmondson his 11th on a slap shot at the 11:10 mark. And after one period, the Kings were up 1-0. But once again, in the second period, the Kings give up a short-handed goal. They score a lot, but they give up a lot. Blake Coleman got his 9th unassisted on a snapshot at the 6:41 mark. So after 2 periods, it's a 1-1 game. We go to overtime. It did not take too long, but Morgan Frost got his 8th from Huberdeau, his 10th on a tip-in at the 1:06 mark, and Calgary beats the Kings in overtime 1-0. Now we go to the stats. First of all, on the shots, we got outshot 38-22. And what I don't understand is they're like last place in the Pacific Division. I don't get that. Anyways, let's see. Here we go. That's what I want right there. Well, actually, I don't have it. But anyways, you got it up there.
What are you looking for?
Just all the other stats. But you got it up here. Face-offs, we won 52.9% to 47.1. We were 0 for 2 on the power play. They were 0 for 4. But we were more like 0 for 3 because we gave up a shorthanded goal. And without that, we wouldn't have lost. We had 13 hits to their 12. Kuemper had 36 of 38 saves. Dustin Wolf, 21 of 22. And I don't have my second screen, so
What else do you need?
I was going to look at the 3 stars.
All right, I have the 3 stars right here. The number 3 star was Dustin Wolf with not even a 1 goals against average. He had a .98, a save percentage of a 955 for the number 3. Darcy Kuemper was the number 2 star with a goals against average of 1.96 and a save percentage of 947. And Morgan Frost was the number 1 star with the game-winning goal, pretty much. I can do your 3 stars if you need me to.
Okay. Well, I usually have everything up from the website, and I have it on my tablet, and it doesn't give me the same stuff.
Yeah.
So on to your next game.
On to my next game. So the Ducks go to the Big Apple, and it's a big return for not only just 1 Anaheim Duck, but 2 Anaheim Ducks, because it was their first time playing in Madison Square Garden since being traded to Anaheim. So both Jacob Trouba and Chris Kreider got a little tributes. I would say Chris Kreider was definitely a lot bigger because he was there a lot longer. So let's go. Here's the score, and I'll talk about the game right now. So right now, let's see. Jackson Lacombe got the scoring started on a shorthanded goal. That was his fifth goal of the year. Paling and Trouba with assists. That was Paling 7th of assist and Trouba's 10th assist. And that was at the 7:18 mark. And then at the 16:18 mark, Matthew Robertson scored his second goal of the year. I would say I was almost right on predicting a shutout this game, because the reason why this was a goal, it was a very, I would say, a weird play, I would say. I'm going to try and see if I can pull it up. I can see why they called the goal. I still think it was a high stick play that made the goal. But like I said, they reviewed it, and Dostal did hit it into the net. But I still think that the Rangers player tapped it, and then Dostal is the one that like really put it in. I'm trying. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can share the screen real quick, so I can pull this up. There we go. Try to make it bigger for you. Oh, never mind. I guess I can't do that. Hopefully I don't have to show an ad again. Yep, and we get an ad. All right. I'll move on. I'll come back to that. That goal. Oh, did it just really kick me out of the thing? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, and then Cutter Cody on the power play gets his 17th of the year, and that was in the third period. So we had no scoring in this. Oh, no, sorry, there was no scoring in the first period, and those Jackson Lacombe and Matthew Robertson's goal was in the second. Cutter Cody's goal was to start the third on the power play. That was at the 5:51 mark. That was Seneca's 17th assist of the year and Zellweger's 9th assist of the year. But then Cutter Gauthier at the 9:38 mark gets an empty net goal to make it 3-1 Anaheim. Carlson with the assist was his 24th and Killorn's 8th assist. So it's 3-1 Anaheim. But they were wondering, Cody, but it says 4-1. Yes. Pavel Minchikov scored his third goal with 3 seconds left on Shesterkin. So Shesterkin had to go back in the net, and he scored another goal. Paling his 8th assist, Johnston's 6th assist. So that's what made it 4-1. And we'll go to the stats. The shots on goal. It was 27-26 in favor of New Jersey. Again, we suck in faceoffs. So 68.8 to New York, 31.3 to Anaheim. Or sorry, 31.2. Ducks were 1 for 3 on the power play, while New York was 0 for 4. Hits 25-20 in favor of Anaheim. And Dostal was a wall in net, as his nickname, Dostwall. He stopped 26 out of 27, and Shesterkin stopped 22 out of 25. So I'm going to see if I can pull up that goal real quick, since I have it now. Add to stage. Oh, I got to remove this one. There we go. Let's see. So you can even see.
Score! It is waved off.
Oh crap! Never mind. I'm done with this. But that is it for that game. Let me do the 3 stars. Shesterkin was the number 3 star for giving up 3 goals and had an 880 save percentage, which I think that's weird. Dostal was the number 2 star with the 1 goal given up with a 963 save percentage. And then Cutter Gauthier had the 2 goals for 2 points as the number 1 star. So on to your next game.
Yes, and they played in Dallas against the Dallas Stars. I think they had got the second best record in hockey, or at least they did when we were playing them. And we definitely started off really well. Second period, we got Kuzmenko on the power play, got his 5th unassisted. It was, I think, kind of a lucky goal. You know, it just kind of happened unassisted at the 11:03 mark. And so we're up 1-0. So also in the second period, Matt Duchene, wasn't he the leading scorer for Dallas last year?
Yeah, he was.
And he only got a second goal from Ratnan, his 30th assist. And
he was hurt most of this year.
Okay, so that explains it. And Wyatt Johnston got his 22nd assist, tied the game 1-1 on a snapshot. And that was how the second period ended 1-1. Third period was all stars. Oscar Bach got his second from Foxa, first.
Radek Foxa.
And Blackwell is fifth on a tip-in to give Dallas a 2-1 lead. Then Ratnan got his 14th from Harley his 10th on a snapshot at the 16:11 mark to make it 3-1. And Wyatt Johnston finished it off with an empty netter, his 17th from Duchene his second at the 19:28 mark. And the final score is 4-1. Funny thing is, the Kings outshot Dallas 28-26. I sometimes I just don't get how that happens. And then as far as the stats go, the faceoffs were 50-50. Kings were 1 for 3 on the power play. Stars were 0 for 2. On hits, the Kings out-hit them 30-19. It's about time. I don't think we've been hitting people enough, but it certainly didn't show up in the score for us. On saves, Kuemper got ran into by Ratnan, I believe.
Yeah.
And no penalty and had to leave the game. And now he's on the IR. He was 5 for 5 in saves. And then Forsberg came in and was 17 saves out of 20 shots. DeSmith looked great, saving 27 out of 28 shots for Dallas. 3 stars of the games, all Dallas. Back was the third star with a goal. Duchene was the second star with a goal and assist, and Ratnan was the first star with a goal and assist.
If you think out shooting and losing 4-1, 28-26, just wait till the Ducks Dallas game. That's all I'm going to say. Just wait till that game.
Okay.
All right. So the Ducks finished the 5-game road trip on a back end of a back-to-back. They go from New York to Columbus, and they face off the Columbus Blue Jackets. Zach Rowinski gets the scoring started on this one. The Ducks just let him walk right to the slot and gets a nice shot. So that's his 10th of the year. So it's 1-0 Columbus after the first period. And then Ryan Strome gets on the board with his second goal of the year. It was Painling's 9th assist and Ian Moore's 3rd assist. So now we're tied 1-1 at the 3:35 mark. But that tie didn't last long because Zach Rowinski again gets his 11th of the year at the 3:59 mark. So 24 seconds later? That's great job on keeping the tie. And then less than 30 seconds later, Boone Jenner scores and make his 5th of the year to make it 3-1 Columbus, and that was at the 4:18 mark. So it's 3-1 Columbus, but luckily Michael Granlund gets his 4th of the year, Vetrano's 2nd assist of the year, and that was at the 5:29 mark. So now it's 3-2 Columbus, and we go into the third. And I cannot tell you what a great shot this was by Lacombe. I'm gonna try and see if I can pull this one up for sure. I'm not gonna play the full thing. I'm gonna just try and play this part. So what you want to watch for is number 2 right here, where my mouse is. So he has the puck. He goes behind the net, and look. I don't know if you saw where he shot that from. Let's see. I'll play it one more time. So Moore gets it here to Granlund to Paling, goes over here. Watch where he shoots it. He shoots it right there. He banks it off of Jet Greaves' mask into the net.
That was a pretty shot.
It was a very pretty shot. I don't know how he did that, but he ties it up. We go into overtime, and the Ducks had their chances in overtime. They did. And then the Columbus Blue Jackets go on to change. So Adam Fantilli goes in. It's literally 3 Ducks versus Fantilli, and Fantilli scores. Like, how does that happen where Fantilli's only Columbus Blue Jacket in the offensive zone against 3 Ducks, and he scores? And that's the overtime winner. The Ducks lose 4-3 in this game. This was Steve Carroll's 2000th career Anaheim Duck game that he called. I would say the game was great. I'm glad we did a comeback. I was actually the Mighty Ducks Club actually had the watch party at Noble Ale Works for this game. I couldn't attend because I didn't get off work till 4:00, and I live in Temecula. But I did hop on. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Halos in the Infield. They're an Anaheim Angels podcast. They were doing a live stream of this game, and I was able to hop on the live stream. He allowed me to hop on, and we were talking all things Ducks, and we're watching the game. Of course, it just sucked because when they were watching it, I was literally almost a full minute ahead of them. So I knew what was going on before they even knew what was even coming. It was kind of funny. I was making fun of them on the YouTube chat most of the game on that. All right, but now we'll go into the stats on this one. All right, the Ducks barely get outshot 28-27. And again, the face-offs, bad. 57.7 to 42.3. The Ducks were 0-for-4 on the power play. Columbus was 0-for-2. Hits were even at 20. Billy Husso played in this one. This was going to be his last game before getting reassigned back to San Diego. He stopped 24 out of 28, and Jet Grieve stopped 24 out of 27. And we go to the 3 stars. Boone Jenner was the number 3 star with 1 goal, 1 assist. Fantilli was the new number 2 star with the game-winning goal, and Zach Werenski was the number 1 with 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. And then you want to talk about your next one?
Yeah. Florida, yes. Once again, we start off okay. We get the first goal. And what I don't get, just to be honest with you, Kings fans, Joel Armia, who is supposed to be a defensive player for us, gets his 8th goal on the power play from Clark, his 10th, and LaFerriere, his 8th, at the 13:39 mark to put the Kings up 1-0. He has twice as many goals as our number 2 center does. Does that bother anybody else?
It bothers me.
Well, I know it bothers me, and I'm just, oh my God, it's like we get lucky to score a goal is really what's happening. It's just so sad, and frustrating for Kings fans. I know I got a guy that I work with that's a big Kings fan, and he's frustrated like I am, maybe even more so. Anyways, so after one period, the Kings are up 1-0, but in the second period, at the 2:14 mark, Anton Lundell gets his 11th from Ekblad, his 10th, and Samakovic his 13th to tie the game on a tip-in. Then, just 5 minutes later, Carter Verhaeghe gets his 11th from Petrie, his 7th, and Marchand his 17th on a wrist shot, and Florida is up 2-1 going into the third period. Then Sam Bennett in the third period, 10 seconds in, gets his 11th from Marchand, his 18th on a deflection, puts him up 3-1. Then I don't know if anybody saw, the third, towards the end of the third period, Fiala got his 12th unassisted on a deflection. And I mean, you talk about a generous deflection. It's like, I think it like hit him in like the leg and just flew right by the goalie. I mean, there was no intention to shoot it or anything, but he got a goal. So we got a lucky goal for our second goal and end up losing this game 3-2. We were even on shots, 29 apiece. We had we won the faceoffs 53.4% to 46.6%. We were 1 for 4 on the power play, 25%. They were 1 for 4 on the power play, 25%. They out hit us 28-16. They had 21 blocks. We had 15 giveaways. We had 12. They had 11. Takeaways were even at 5. And I'm sure. Let me see. And I don't see the 3 stars of the game. Oh wait, never. They're all Panthers. Tarasov, the 3rd star with a 931 save percentage and 2.00 goals against. Marchand with 2 assists was the 2nd star, and Bennett with a goal was the 1st star of the game. And that was our 3rd game of this week.
All right, so I get to talk about the best game of the week. Yay! So the Ducks come back home and they host the Dallas Stars. I'm not even going to put the graphic up yet. I'm going to wait because just wait till you hear this. All right, so in the first period, the Ducks go on the power play pretty early, but then the first almost 2 minutes of the game. But then we give up our first shorthanded goal of the year. Oscar Bach scores his 3rd goal of the year, so Dallas is up 1-0. And then just after the power play ended, Ryan Poehling scores his 2nd goal of the year to tie it up 1-1, and that was at the 3:32 mark. Gudas got his 6th assist, and Johnston his 7th assist. So Johnston already has as many assists as he did career points in a season this year. And then this is where everything went downhill. At the 4:42 mark, Rupe Hintz gets his 11th of the year to make it 2-1 Dallas. And at the 12:41 mark, it's 3-1 Dallas. Sam Steele gets his 5th of the year. At the 14:19 mark, Thomas Harley gets his 2nd of the year to make it 4-1 Dallas. So it was 4-1 Dallas after the first period. I'm going to see if I can pull up the... So let's see, where is it? I know it's on here. Trying to find it. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Let's see. Shots. Where's the shots on goal? Does it not show me the shots on goal per period like it used to? I could have swore it did before. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Give me 1 second. I could have swore it did. Oh, here we go. Dallas had 7 shots on goal in the first and 4 goals. Does that sound about right, Dad?
I guess.
4 goals on 7 shots.
It does happen.
That was in the first period. So now we'll go to the second period. Jason Robertson on the power play gets his 21st of the year at the 11:10 mark. Oh, and by the way, I believe it was after the Sam Steele goal or the Thomas Harley one. I can't remember. They pulled Lukas Dostal. So they did. Yes, it was after the Thomas Harley goal. They pulled Dostal. So then Mrazek went in, and Mrazek just got activated off the IR. So then Jason Robertson at the 11:10 mark makes it 5-1 Dallas. And then at the 4 minutes later, at the 15:10 mark, Jason Robertson scores a goal, his 22nd of the year, 6-1 Dallas. And then Adam Ernie gets his 3rd of the year to make it 7-1 Dallas at the 18:30 mark. Okay, so it's 7-1 Dallas after 2 periods, 15 shots for Dallas. 15 shots for Dallas. Let's move to the 3rd period. At least Becca Seneca scores because he scored within just 61 seconds into the 3rd. Gets his 11th of the year. McTavish his 14th assist and Kreider's 9th assist to make it 7-2 Dallas. And then to make it 8-2 Dallas, Ilya Lyubushkin gets his 1st goal of the year. And that was just 41 seconds later after Beckett just scored. And then Michael Granlund at the 14:22 mark makes it 8-3 Dallas. And that was Granlund's 5th goal of the year, Lacomb's 15th assist, and Troy Terry's 25th assist. But here's the thing. It was almost 9 goals for Dallas. Almost 9 goals for Dallas. But one of them got called back because the puck never crossed the line. So I believe it was a Mikko Rantanen power play goal or shot. And it looked like it went in, but the puck never went in, thank God. So the Ducks lose this one 8-3. The Ducks had 25 shots. The Dallas had 25 shots. So we each had the same amount of shots, but we just got killed in goals. Face-off percentage. Here, let me put this up now, finally, since I didn't want everyone to, cry from seeing that. Face-off percentage, 53.7 to 46.3. Penalty minutes, 18-8, because Vetrano got the misconduct, which he 100% deserved. Hits, we out-hit them 22-8. 22-8. Block shots, 21-13. Dallas had 21. Not a very great game. And in the 2 games against Dallas so far, we won the first one 7-5, and we lost this one 8-3. In 2 games against Dallas, we've given up 15 goals. We can't be giving up goals like this. It's not good. Like I said, Dostal got pulled early. I would say around halfway through the first period. He stopped 3 shots on 7 shots on goal. Mrazek finished the game. He had 14 saves on 18 shots. Casey DeSmith was great in this game. He had 22 saves on 25 shots. 3 stars of the game. You're not going to see a single Duck in this. Hiskinen had 2 assists as the number 3 star. Harley was the number 2 star with 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. And as many times as I heard this last night, and it was about, I would say, 8 times too many, Jason Robinson, the kid from Arcadia, California, was the number 1 star with 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. So that was the torture game after we lost 7-0 to Utah, and now this game, and those were both at home. And as Elliot Friedman says, if you're going to lose bad on the road. Don't do it at home. And the Ducks have done it twice at home this year. So that was our last game of the week.
All right. Well, we're going into our last game, and we're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa Bay, and they've been a pretty tough team here. They're close to the top, right? Or are they still on top?
I will tell you in a second.
Or maybe we knocked them out. But let's go to the scoring. Oliver Bjorkstrand got his 5th from Sorelli his 10th, and Gensel his 19th on the power play once again at the 12:54 mark on a wrist shot. And through 1 period, Tampa Bay is leading the Kings 1-0. But in the second period, Adrian Kuemper gets his 12th from Kopitar his 11th, and Corey Perry his 8th on a wrist shot to tie the game 1-1. Also in the second period, Adrian Kuemper at the 15:58 mark, unassisted, gets his 13th on a backhanded shot to put the Kings up 2-1. And that's how the game ended, with 2-1 score. We actually beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Woo.
Yeah, there we go. We were outshot 32-20. We were out face off 54.7% to 45.3%. We were 0 for 1 on the power play. They were 1 for 4. Hits were 18-17 for Tampa. Block shots, that's what we did well. 22 for the Kings, only 7 for the Lightning. Giveaways, 20 for us, 9 for them. Takeaways, one good thing there, besides winning the game, was 11 for us and 2 for them. And let's go to the 3 stars of the game. Sorelli was the 3rd star with an assist. Forsberg was the second star with making 31 saves out of 32 shots, a 969 save percentage, and a 1.00 goals against average. And Adrian Kempe, obviously the number 1 star with 2 goals. And that's the games for the week.
Huh? So how are we doing on our predictions?
Well, you were 2-2 last week, 16-19. I was 1-for-3. I am 13-21. So if don't take any betting advice from me.
Yeah, definitely don't. Or me right now.
Well, you're doing better than I am.
For now, there's still more than half a season left.
Yeah.
So, all right, you ready to get into predictions?
Sure.
All right, so I'll start.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fill this out as I'm going. So the Ducks will play on another second game of a back-to-back against the Columbus Blue Jackets in the same week. I just find that crazy. That how you play a team twice in less than a week, and both times you're on the second game of a back-to-back. But I'm predicting, so the Ducks will play the Blue Jackets tonight at the Pond. I'm saying revenge game. I'm saying a 5-2 win. Dostal's going to come back strong in this game since I know he started last night, but I think since Mrazek played majority of the game, I think Dostal will get the start. So I think Dostal will come back strong. Quenneville's going to kick him in the rear and say, what the hell happened last night? We can't play like that. Get it. You guys need to start playing like you did at the beginning of the year. So 5-2 win. Then the Ducks will host the Seattle Kraken before the Christmas break. That'll be on Monday. That'll also be at home. And I'm predicting also another win. I'm gonna say a 4-2 win for Anaheim on that one. And then Saturday is the big game. Ooh. The Ducks will head over. It's such a far travel too for the Ducks. They head over to LA and play at the Staples Center. And I'm gonna say the Ducks win out this. Or no, no. I'm gonna say the Ducks lose this one 3-2 overtime. So I'm on the Ducks Kings game. I'm gonna say the Ducks lose 3-2 in overtime.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got the Kraken. Blue Jackets coming up.
Kevin's in the chat. Yo, fellas, hope you had a good week.
Not bad, Kevin.
After the Rams game Thursday and then last night's Ducks game, no.
So, yeah, the Rams game was crazy. I have them playing the Blue Jackets on Monday. I have the Kings winning that game 4-3. I'm going for total hope here because it doesn't matter what I do, I seem to lose. So might as well go out trying to see if they might win a game. And then we're playing the Kraken on Tuesday, so it's a back-to-back, just like you were talking about. And I have the Kings winning that one 3-1. And then we have that Kings Ducks on Saturday. I got a 5-4 overtime game. Kings are going to win. So we both predict a win. I didn't put it in the notes overtime, but it was just like the last time they played overtime. It was 5-4 Ducks, I believe, right? Overtime.
Shootout.
Oh, was it? Well, it still went overtime.
Yeah. Kevin, I hope you had a better week than we did. I really do. But it's a new week now. It's the weekend. So now we're gonna do our Dear Santa wish list. So everyone in the chat or people that are listening to this, later on audio or watch it later on YouTube, I want you to let us know what your wish list is from Santa for the Ducks and Kings. So if you're a Ducks fan, I want you to tell me what you want from Santa for the Ducks. And if you're a Kings fan, we want you to tell us what you want from Santa for the Kings. So, Dad, I see you already got yours on there. I'll let you go
Yep.
first.
Okay, so my wish list is anybody who can consistently score besides Adrian Kempe. That's my first wish.
Okay.
We play most of the time good enough defense to win games. We just can't score. And I think our second leading scorer, I want to guess, I think it's Armia. And he wasn't even supposed to be a goal scorer. So that's my first wish. We need to get some scoring. Maybe that's what the whole Danault trade's going to do. It's going to lessen up some money for us. Maybe when the trade deadline gets close or after this pause in trades that we have during Christmas happens, maybe we can make a trade and get somebody who can score some goals because we need somebody. And then just a clear direction. Where are we going? Is this just like a minor shove out, bring somebody else in and try to still win? Because, I think we're a wild card playoff person right now. I mean, maybe with the win against Tampa moved us up again. I've been not wanting to look at the standings just because to me, it's a lost season. Even though we're up there with a lot of the teams, I just don't think we're playing like a team that could win a playoff game right now. So
you guys would be playing Vegas in the first round. You are the number one wild card right now.
Yeah. So we're still there in the wild card. So anyways, I'd like to see something going. I see what Kevin said. Fire Hiller, have Luke step down. Thank you, Santa. Hiller, yeah, I'm not sure about Luke, but then again, he's responsible for the whole team, right? Because he's the president. So we'll see what happens with that. I think we need to get rid of Hiller, bring in somebody who can do something, make
Kevin
us
has
competitive.
a question. Can you imagine this Kings team winning 4 out of 7 against a playoff team?
No. Honestly, no. We're not consistent at all. And one is you have to score to win.
Yeah.
I mean, basically the most goals we scored this last week was what? 2? Let me look. No, I take it back. 3. Yeah, 3 was the most we scored, I think.
Let's see. What does it say?
No, 2 against the Panthers.
You had 2. No, the most you scored was 2 this week.
Yeah,
you lost 2-1 to Calgary, lost 4-1 to Dallas, lost 3-2 to Florida, and you won 2-1 against.
Yeah, so
Tampa.
2 goals. You're not going to win playoff series with 2 goals.
And I think you did all your scoring the week before with the 6-0 over Chicago, the 4 goals against Utah, and then the 2 goals against Seattle.
Yeah, we still lost that Seattle game though.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
My dear Santa for the Ducks is I want us to start scoring like we did in the beginning of the year. I know it's hard, but I feel like that team was a lot more fun to watch than the team we're seeing right now. I want us to, I wish we got a defensive defenseman. My wish list is we trade one of Trouba or Gudis, one of the two, and get an actual defensive defenseman, like a top 4 defensive defenseman to play with Lacombe or to play with Zellweger. I prefer someone to play with. I prefer a top 2, so we have one to play with Lacombe. That's 1, and 2 as I want. Our power play is not producing like it was before. I would like our power play to start like at least producing close to what we were doing before. I'm not asking. I'm just asking for average power play because right now we were one of the top power plays to start the year, and game by game we're getting worse and worse and worse. Jay Wilcroft's like offensive prowess was looking very good, and then it looks like now Newell Brown's running the power play again. So that's I would say Ducks we need to make an NHL trade. Get a defensive defenseman, someone that could play with Lacombe. Like I said, and we need to get rid of one of Gudis or Trouba. I want Ian Moore in the lineup every game. I think he's been one of the best consistent defensemen. And Gudis or Trouba need to be gone. One of them, one of the two. And I have a question. I have a question for you, Dad.
Sure.
So, with Kopitar retiring at the end of the season, now should the Kings change their system and not be as a heavy defensive-minded team, but kind of add a little bit more offense to it after this? So maybe, I the way things are going now doesn't seem like Hiller would be coming back.
Yeah,
do you guys go for a more offensive-minded coach than defensive-minded to help with this offensive woes? And do you think that would help with someone like Fiala and Byfield and company? And I forgot who else is there.
I'm not sure how to answer that. I mean, sometimes it's just a change of how you think offensively, not that you have to give up your defensive aspect, because a lot of times your defensive play is what leads you on your offensive play. The problem is with us is that we just don't seem to do anything with it.
So I'm looking here. Adrian Kempe has 30 points, 13 goals, 17 assists for 30 points. He's a +7.
Yeah.
Fiala, 12 goals, 11 assists for 23 points, but he's a -7. Byfield, 4 goals, 15 assists, 19 points. He's your third highest player in points. He's a +1. Kopitar, 6 and 11 for 17 points, and he's a +10. And then Joel Armia, who's supposed to be a fourth line player for you, is 5th in scoring with 8 goals, 7 assists for 15 points. He's a +5. And then your other supposable fourth line player, Corey Perry, old man Perry, who's 40 years old, 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 points, and he's a +4. So Kuzmenko is 12th. He has 9 points. Fogle, 6 points. Turcotte, 6 points. Like, I feel like the Kings need, and here's what Kevin said. I think it's hard to create a more offensive Kings team with what we've done to the blue line. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true because Brant Clark's he's an offensive defenseman. We all know Doughty could be. Dumoulin is not a bad defenseman, and CC, I'm not as familiar with his game. And Anderson is someone that you could easily he could be the more defensive-minded person for the offensive guy. Like, he could be the Devon Taves to Cale Makar. Like right now with Quinn Hughes and Faber. Quinn Hughes is the offensive person, and Faber's going to be the more defensive-minded.
Right.
Like, I think the Kings need more of that. Like, that's what I'm saying with the Ducks. We have the offensive guys on defense. Now we need the defensive guys on defense. That's what we need more. Like, you have Brant Clark, and I think he's going to be a fantastic offensive defenseman for you. but he should not be your 8th leading point scorer. Armia and Perry should not be number 5 and 6. And your supposed number 1 center next year only has 4 goals and 15 points. Or 15 assists for 19 points. I feel like the Kings system needs to change, do a complete 180. Seems like you guys are great on the defensive game. And if you move to a more offensive system, you still have all the players that know the defensive part of the game, which they're good at.
But maybe they'd be better offensively. Yeah. A change of coaching philosophy, ways to maximize the offensive talent that we have, because we so much are fired up to play defense that I think we give up a lot of our offense. And it's going to make me wonder, because right now, if you had to ask me, Byfield's a bust. I mean, it's the second year in a row. What?
I'm like, you heard it here first on Royally Quacked.
He might have go by like he did last year in the second half and have a great second half. But if he's going to be that number 2 pick they expected him to be, he's got to have a better first half if he's going to keep having these good second halves. And is it because he's playing so much defense that his offense is lacking? So I don't know. It's interesting. I like to hear what other people have to say about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Leo Carlson, he's younger than Byfield is.
Yeah.
And look at him. He's got 40 points. Byfield's got, what'd you say, 19?
19.
He's got 21 more points.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull up this. Yeah.
I saw what
Kevin. He's now looking like he's regressed. Yeah. So Carlson has 41 points, 17 goals, 24 assists, and he's also a +10. And Carlson's playing on both power play and penalty kill as well. He has 3 power play goals and 2 shorthanded goals.
Yeah.
Because right now, like here, Cutter, he has 18 and 18 for 36 points plus 13. Troy Terry, 10 goals, 25 assists, 35 points. So let's see how many. Where'd it go?
You got at least 3, maybe 4 players that outscored any King.
Yeah. So our top 3 would be your top 3. Kempe would be number 4 on our list. Of course, looking it back at this year, I wouldn't tell you that would have happened. But let's see. Fiala's number 2 with 23 points, and he would be Becca Seneca has 28 points, and Becca would be number 4. Kreider is number 5 with 22 points, because it drops after 23 points, and then Quentin Byfield's 19 points. Let's see. Leo should be in conversation with Celebrini and Bedard. Byfield belongs in conversations with Marco Rossi. A swing and a miss with the 2nd overall pick. I think Celebrini's on his own level right now with what he's doing. So, like I said, there would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ducks over 20 points. And 2 of them one of them is a defenseman. And you guys have just 2 players that are over 20 points. I mean, Byfield's 1 point away from having 20 points. So I feel like the Kings need to go to an offensive-minded coaching system. Get rid of all the coaching staff. Let the new coach, like pretty much what the Ducks just did this year. You put in Quenville, you let him get his people, you let them do their system, and see how it goes from there. But the thing is, where do the Kings go from here after this? Like, you're losing the best king of all time.
Yep.
Kempe's probably on his way to could possibly be one of them, just without the cups.
True.
Fiala's a great piece, but he should not be probably your second or third best player. I like Fiala. I wanted the Ducks to get him at that time. So I can't say like I don't like him. I wanted the Ducks to get him. But Byfield needs to step it up. But after that, like, who do you really have after that? Like forward wise.
Well,
is Turcotte now they're saying Turcotte's now the 3C. Is Turcotte a 3C? Well, I know Hellenius was going to be a 4C this year.
Yeah, if he plays, he'll be a 4C. Defensively, I think Turcotte is. Offensively, I'm not sure. I think he has the capability of doing it, but I don't know if in the system that we play that he's going to flourish anywhere offensively.
Yeah. Like what happened to Kuzmenko this year?
Well, Kuzmenko, what happened to Fogel? What happened? Moore is struggling still. Danault was struggling. So you had 4 guys from last year that were Danault was probably the lowest offensive producer of those 4 last year. But all of them are way down on what they did last year.
Fogel had a career year last year. Other than that, I would say on a full year, he had 15 points, 30 points, 20 points, 26 points, 28 points.
Yeah,
the last year in Edmonton, he had 41. Last year, he had 46 with the Kings in his first year. And right now, in 26 games, he has 6 points. So, yes, it's down, but it's almost about what he's been averaging. But then again, nobody on the team is scoring.
Well,
and he's been on scoring teams. He was with Edmonton, 26, 28, 41. Carolina, they're not as much they're more defensive minded, but they can score too. And he had 30 points and 20 points there in 15, or 15, 30, and 20.
Yeah. Kevin just said that Moore needs to start scoring too. He's been one of our best players recently, and even he can't score. It seems like it's like an epidemic of a disease that the Kings have, that scoring just doesn't happen.
So I'm not watching any Kings games. Like, are they just not shooting? Are they just not getting the right shots on goal? Is the forward lines just not clicking? Like, what is it that you're seeing?
Well, what I have seen is when they are clicking, especially like when Byfield's clicking, he seems to hit the post or the crossbar more than he hits the net.
Yeah.
He's had quite a few. I want to say at least 7. And 4 goals in this many games for a guy who's expected to play like he's supposed to is weak. And it's like he hasn't scored very much here lately, because he was close to a point a game at one time. So, anyways, I think I'm done with this.
Let's see. Is this for this year? I'm kind of curious. Oh, that's not what I meant. I wanted post, not that. Is this it? Nope, that's not even what I'm looking for either. Okay. I wanted to see who's hit the most post and crossbars this year. There's a way to do it, but I don't know how to look that up.
Yeah. Well, somebody had said it was 7. I don't know. He may have hit one more in the last few games.
I feel like Terry hits a post almost every game.
Yeah, but he has 35 points.
Yeah, but we're talking about those are. I'm talking about goal, like, yeah, but most of them he has 10 goals, 25 assists. He has
Still,
35 points. But if you can imagine, if he doesn't hit the post, he would probably have, I would say, maybe 15 goals. So another 5 points. Because, I would say goalies could have saved, or he could have missed the other way. Like in the Mighty Ducks movie, he's like, I missed scoring a goal from like just 2 inches this way. And then Charlie's like, well, if you hit 2 inches the other way, you miss the thing completely. So,
yeah. Well, at least he has 6 more goals than Byfield does.
yeah.
And Byfield's supposed to be the 2C or possibly the 1C. I mean, I think he's still growing and getting better at things, but offensively, he just doesn't seem to. He struggles in the first half of the season every season.
Yeah.
So that needs to change.
Yep.
That needs to change. Or what are we doing? Are we blowing it up and starting over? Maybe with like Kempe and a few. I don't know.
Well, I hope you guys figure it out, because with the Ducks getting better, it hasn't looked like that as much lately. I wanted to see the California Gauntlet again. So I do miss where teams would come into California and they're like, oh crap, like they have 3 games in California, and they'd be lucky to walk away with like 1 or 2 points. Of course, for years they were walking away with at least 4 points for the longest time. But I remember, like, before the Ducks went on this downward, it was teams were lucky to walk away with 1 point at all against the Sharks, Ducks, and Kings.
Yeah.
And I want to see that again.
I'd sure like to see some offense.
So, but you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I know Kevin just said that even with the issues, I think they're a good coach and a working power play away from so much better. I love your positivity. I unfortunately right now just don't have that. Because it doesn't seem like they're going to make that coaching change.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to stammer for it. So we'll see what happens. But I am ready to get out of here. We want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas.
And Happy Holidays.
And we will see you see you and talk to you in a couple days after Christmas. So,
everyone, please don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, please. We appreciate it. Remember, you can follow us on all social media at Royally Quacked. Also, we're on all podcast platforms, so please hit the download button, share it with your friends. Everyone's doing holiday travels, and hey, download it and you can listen to it on the plane or on the car ride and enjoy hearing us complain about our Ducks and Kings and and stuff like that. So what was I gonna say? And please also leave a review and a rating if you like us. I will read the reviews on the live stream when we get one. So like I said, if you have any Christmas wishes, please, if you're watching on YouTube, put it in the comments. If you're listening on Spotify, you can put it in the comments there. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, come over to Instagram and you can DM me what you want there. Or since we just started this new thing, you can now text us. Here's the number right here on the screen. Text us what you want from Santa for the Ducks and or Kings. We had one more. Even Kevin says Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Kevin. Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Kevin. So you can text us here at this number. And if you have it anytime, questions, comments, hot takes, what you think the Ducks are going to do, what do you think the Kings should do, tell us your thoughts. We want to hear from you. We really do. So, and let me also add, where's the QR code? And here's if you scan the QR code right here at the top, you can find all our social media stuff and podcast stuff right there. All the links are right there in that link tree. You go and scan it, and you'll find us everywhere. I just haven't put the phone number in there yet because I just got the phone yesterday. So, but like I said, we want to hear from you guys. Let me know we want to hear what you guys think about the Ducks, and we also want to hear what you guys think about the Kings. So, and like I said, we wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. And we will see you guys next week, right before New Year's. So, everyone, please travel safe. Eat as much food as you want, because that's what I'm going to be doing for Christmas and everything. Kiss your loved ones, hug everyone, because, like I said, it's the holidays. It's time for family.
Yep.
And real quick, I do want to wish my wife an early happy birthday. It's tomorrow, and also our happy anniversary because it's also tomorrow. So yes, we did get married on my wife's birthday. So I just want to wish my wife a happy birthday and happy early anniversary.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So, all right, we'll see you guys next week on Royally Quacked. And remember, let's go Ducks.
Go Kings, go.
Have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows.